A new animated feature hits cinemas nationwide tomorrow. Writer-director Ross Finoker is here to give us a little preview of what you can expect from this family-friendly film. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about your career, how you got your start. We were just talking, started in New York, moved out to California, but now you're here in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, I left New York when I was 21 to go to LA thinking I'd have to pay my dues for a couple of years,
Right.
as everyone says, and I got a job as a PA on a music video, and that day I learned MTV was looking for writers on a new show, so I wrote a bunch of jokes, I applied, and I got hired. So
Wow.
my dues period was one day.
Wow.
But it was a tough day. I was in the desert on a Spanish music video, and I'm not really built for the desert. So.
Right.
But yeah, and I started working at MTV on a show that most people don't know anymore called Singled Out. It was
Oh, I remember Singled Out.
Jenny McCarthy, Chris Hardwick, and I've been a writer ever since. And then around 2008, in the last writer's strike, it changed the way Hollywood really worked with writers. So at the urging of my wife, who really has most of the good ideas in my life, I decided to go the independent route, and we got into independent animation, which sort of liberated us to start traveling a bit with our family, and yeah, lo and behold, here we are now in Arkansas. It's been a long journey.
Yeah, you had to take a long road to get here, but we're glad you're here. Let's talk about this movie that's coming out that you're the writer and director of, Rally Road Racers. What's the movie about?
The movie's about, it's a classic sort of underdog sports comedy, and it's about a slow Loris named G who it's in his blood. He wants to be a racer, even though that's not what slow Lorises or slow Lorisai do. But it's very classic. He ends up with a Miyagi-like character, this goat named Nash, and who coaches him up. And when his grandmother's house is threatened, he enters this cross China road rally, like wacky racist style. You know, Mad Max meets Hanna-Barbera.
Sure.
And,
oh wow.
And it's just big fun.
Man, that Hanna-Barbera show, what was it called? The Great Race, whatever, where they were all going around the track? Wacky Races, thank you. They just tell me, man, I loved that show.
Yeah, Wacky Races was a huge influence on this, and just all those sort of classic movies, Cannonball Run.
Yes.
It's a mad, mad, mad world.
Yeah.
So.
I know that, at least for myself, I can relate to that, like wanting to do something you don't quite feel fit for and having to aspire to get there by some Miyagi
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel in the world like some sort of imposter syndrome, like there's something that if I could, and then your hand is forced by destiny or fate and you step into it, and I think that's one of the things that people will relate to in this movie.
Yeah, and in the film you're going to hear some voices of people who are really recognizable actors, right? Who do you have working on this thing?
Yeah, I mean, so blessed with this cast. Jimmy O Yang is the voice of G, and Jimmy, he just had a new comedy special come out on Amazon last week. He's so funny, but he's also got so much heart and brings like so much innocence to this character, so you really root for him. And J.K. Simmons is Nash.
Wow.
It's such a pleasure. He's amazing in a booth. He just nails his line time and time again. He's incredible.
Such a pro.
Yeah, and we have John Cleese as the villain, which is... He's so funny in this movie.
You like that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of your old school favorites.
Yeah, he's incredible. That's the third movie I've done with John. It's been like, it's really exciting. And Sharon Horrigan, Catherine Tate, Chloe Bennett is the female lead. She's incredible.
Catherine Tate is one of my favorites from the UK, right?
Yeah, she's so funny. She and Sharon play the sports announcers, and Catherine Tate plays a big dummy, and she's so funny. Like, she's so great.
Hilarious. I love it.
And then Lisa Liu is the grandma, who is this icon of cinema, and she was 93 when we recorded her.
Wow.
And just incredible. She's your classic one and done actress. She comes in, says her line, like, all right, moving on. She's so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's got a great soundtrack as well. I was checking out the soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
A lot of great classic songs on there as well. Do you want to mention that?
Well, yeah, we do. We were very lucky. We got some big songs, and then one of my favorite sequences of the movie, we took the Aha song "Take on Me," which is obviously associated with racing because of the video, the iconic video. And we had some fun with it, and we did a little recreation of the video in the middle of the movie. It's really cool.
Yeah. Do you have any advice maybe for people out there who are wanting to get into animation or get into writer-director? I mean, obviously it's been a road for you to get to this point. What would you say to folks who are aspiring to be where you are?
I mean, I say it's never been a better time. I mean, like you guys were talking about earlier with AI and all this new technology, the bar is getting lower and lower. And now that we're in Northwest Arkansas, my wife and I run our own animation company, and we work in this emerging technology with young writers. And I mean, we work with people all over the world, and the cost is getting lower.
Yeah.
The software is almost free for most people. I think it's just about getting in there, creating content. We're in a world of content creators now.
I know.
Yeah.
So just have to make something that true to who you are and authentic, and it'll break through.
Absolutely. I love that viewpoint. You know what? We're going to go see this movie, Sunshine. I can't wait. It's coming out
I'm
this
pumped about
weekend. Great voice cast, as we've heard. Great animation. Looks beautiful. Ross, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Make